purpose. You shall not escape.
Welcome. We're in here. We're getting down. Episode 80. Feedback time. I'll be checking the chat throughout. Evident, what's good? Just Dylan, what's up? How do we submit? You go into my Discord. I'm going to put you the invite right here so that you can join and start submitting tracks. If you like dubstep, then mine will be a shocker. All right, cool. We're about to get into it. We have about 16 tracks right now. We're going to see what's good with the energy, mixing, mastering, song arrangement, composition, everything. Just going to listen and enjoy. First up is Torrents. Remember, you can submit your songs here in hashtag live WIP feedback. First in line. Let's see what we got. Dunder Chief. Torrents. The Shining. Let's go.
Wendy, stay away! Darling, light of my life. I'm gonna hurt you. You didn't let me finish my sentence. I said, I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your brains. I'm gonna bash them right the fuck in. Murder. Put the bat down. Stop swinging the bat. I'm gonna hurt you. Wendy, darling, light of my life. Back.
Face.
Darling?
Things could be better, Lloyd. Things could be a whole lot better. I hope it's nothing serious. I laid a hand on him, goddammit. I wouldn't touch one hair on his goddamn head. I love the little son of a bitch. I'd do anything for him. Any fucking...
All right, awesome. Dunder Chief coming in hot for the first track. Love to hear it, man. Some heavy, cool, mysterious rhythm with a little horror vibe, horror twist. This is good. Honestly, I was pretty lost in it, vibing, dancing, all the way really to like the last drop. The last drop seems a little bit not like it's not as full, and it seems like the basses or the bass synths, they're like competing with each other with the riffs that are playing. So I was just looking to that. The stereo image is really nice and full, and everything sounds big and everywhere, and it seems contained. It's nice. It's cool. heavy, fun.
Put the bat down.
It's hard. And then the vocals and the piano is just really artistic.
Give me the bat.
There might not, it sounds like there needs to be more hi-hats or like rides or open hats or closed hats, something to like fill up the frequency spectrum and even add more movement and flow and groove. I know there's a couple of them, but I just feel like more could probably help. Overall though, this is nice. Loud, clean, big, artistic. Those are some of the main things you need, my guy. Some of the main things you need. Good job, Thunder Chief. Next up, Scary Larry with Bram. Start November 2nd, 2024 too. That's the name of a champion. That is the name. You just can't quit. You gotta add. Oh man. What's up, yeah, boy? I got your submission. I see you. We're going in. Scary Larry, number 2.
No one tell me what to say. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say.
Nicely done. This is pretty dope sound design in here, mixed with some melodic feel good. The vocals are cool. It's pretty dope. Seems pretty open. There could be even more energy added in here, like with faster moving elements, like even more layers. This is nice. It seems a little almost like congested. It seems like there's a car alarm or something in the back. Or it's like a synth or like a pad or something. It would be really clean if it was... If it was just highlighting the basses, you know, maybe not too much interference. Sounds good though. I mean, these are very small things that I'm talking about. These basses here. So fun to hear them, and you're just not playing them too much, so when we do hear them, they're very impactful. If you really wanted to take it to the next level, you could make these phrases that you're repeating like slightly different each one, or maybe one of them goes haywire. Because I would just like, you know, take it to the next step around, get it up into outer space. This is pretty sick. Good job. I like how you combine both these elements and you made it work. The drop sounds heavy. Drop sounds nice. It's very good dynamics. As you see, we're going from loud to quiet, loud, a lot of feeling. Lots of good things in here. Yeah, good job, Scary Larry. Killing it once again. Multi-genre beast. Brutal. Don't miss this chance. Brutal. Don't miss this chance. Quick chat check. Sup, Ross? XO. Hello. Let's get it done. Brutal's up next. Oh, God. That was so amazing. Good job. I was expecting something heavy and crazy and insane with the name Brutal, but we got exactly the opposite. We got something lovely and beautiful and very harmonious and elevated, very advanced as well. It's rare that I listen to songs that make me feel like I'm not a good producer or not a good musician, but this is one of them. You know, this is just extremely captivating. And if you just showed this to some regular person that doesn't know how to produce music, they would latch on to this so well. And so much good is going on in this. Honestly, the only thing that didn't really sound cool was maybe this, like how filtered this is at the beginning. If there's a solid, proper intro with this, it would be, you know, getting close to like a very, very, very unique song, and it's heavenly. You know, this is really good. Just so much is good about it. From like the notes being just like slightly delayed and off time, giving it groove and flow, and how the main melody changes instruments and increases over time. And God, when you go into the section where the vocals come in and your just pads are opening, and just it's so awesome. So much is happening so fast that I can't even keep up. I just get lost in the ride, lost in the journey. And that's really what music's about. The music I look for, I look for stuff like that. This is, like I said, advanced, amazing, very good. There's no, nothing I would say that changed differently than other than the intro, like I said, and finish it. Good job, man. Jeez. Crazy. Sometimes you guys be submitting the craziest tracks ever, man. We've been making the best music. Remember, we're all making really good music, but we're lost in the sea of the internet. There's so many different people uploading music and sharing music, and we got to make the amazing music, but you also have to stand out somehow and get recognized somehow. And you don't have to pay people to do it. You can do it yourself with the internet. So just figure it out. This channel is one way I do it, and you guys can figure out any way to do it, whether that be on TikTok, YouTube, or anywhere where all the eyeballs are. Just to get people to figure out how to get people to listen to your music, and your lives will change. Keep it up, man. Keep it up, man. Wags is up next with a Drip Battle 20. Full track. We do Drip Battles every Friday, and we make a 45-second banger with only 2 hours on the time clock. We choose a sample, and we get it done. This is every Friday. This last Drip Battle, we had like 10 people. We had a really good showing. Great songs were made. A lot of my songs I'm releasing right now are being made in Drip Battles. It's crazy. You just get in the flow. Wags uploaded the Drip Battle full track. Perfect timing. Thank you so much. You are going hard. Who just did that? Who followed? Who subscribed? Who got it done? Yeah, boy. Followed me. Yeah, boy. Brutal Music official said, holy shit, dude. Holy shit, dude, indeed, Brutal. That's what happens, man. I just joined the stream and you were listening to my track. No way, actually. Yeah, dude, you went hard, man. Good job. That was amazing. It's so beautiful. Everything about it, just how the energy was progressing over time and how harmonious it was, and the energy and the vibes. Like I said, the only thing is the intro needs to be like proper intro. The filter feels kind of weird, but such easy fixes. You're a masterpiece, an artist. If you want to have this track signed to a label, let me know. Evident already offering offerings. Yeah, man, keep it up. Keep making music. We need like 100 bangers in our repertoire, like behind the scenes, ready to just DJ at all times. Think of Ella's Dream. Think of Closey. Think of all the people who are touring and going hard right now. They have so many tracks ready to go, ready to pop off. So we just have to remember, we don't want to just make a couple songs. We need to make infinite amount of songs. And that's one of the hardest things, staying in the flow, the show. Primal and Bricks both have great feedback on my track as well. Yeah, man. I mean, it sounds really good. It's not repetitive or boring. You can keep the audience engaged, and it can relate to a lot of people. It's emotional. Remember to phase your plants. Wow, Brutal. Awesome. I'm so glad that you feel that way, man. You're doing good. Keep it up. Keep on grinding. Keep on making the best music you can, and don't let any restrictions or constraints do shit to you, because it's going to change. With talent like that, you're going to get up there. People are going to try to just get at you. And you got to recognize that people don't always want us to just make good art. They want us to make them good money. But it's the music business. It's crazy. Just be ready. Good job, man. Yes, in the next one, I'll do that for sure. Wags is up next with Drip Battle 20 full track. Wags is always going hard. Let's see what he got in store. Run it. You guys hit me with the vibes. Oh, gosh. Every time. Jeez, man. Gosh. Okay. A very EDM, rave, EDC vibes, festival power. It's crazy. The amount of motion that we get from beautiful chords and beautiful layers and beautiful harmonies and awesome. You're just going hard with your melodic riffs, you know, and it's just so nice to hear. Plus, you're able to transition it well into this like mid-tempo, you know, hybrid. Reminds me of Complextro back in the day. But this sounds like slower than that. Feels slower. Anyways, very nice, dude. I must say, I mean, overall, the things I'm thinking is like when I'm listening to this and I continue to listen to this, it starts to feel empty. And until we hit the vocal chops, then, you know, I get like everything goes back to normal, feels right. But at the beginning, it feels empty. If you would take it to the next level, take those extra steps and add another vocal in that's, you know, singing to this melody and just really getting down, it would hook so many people in and keep them coming back to this song for decades, compared to them. Just imagine the replay value. Like, if there's the vocal, they can replay it literally forever. But if it's just the piano, it's not the same replay value. It's still good. I mean, they could literally keep playing it forever for the rest of their lives. It's kind of the goal, you know, when we're making something this emotional, it's so much energy. It really can touch people's soul and change a lot, start to heal, which is good. And then when we get to the drop, we start to get some heaviness, more deeper, darker feelings. It does sound a little bit empty though. It feels like we're missing one element or one sound or one rhythm to just really get us right back up there. Sounds good though. The dynamics, the wits going back and forth, moving in and out, feels good. Lots of movement. Sub sounds a little weak though. Sub bass. I would probably get that sub bass a little bit thicker. Maybe it's like these basses. I think they just need to be like thicker, more compressed maybe. Like if you compare the big pad saw stacks here to these, just like pretty, it's a noticeable difference in just frequency spectrum and energy. Then when you get to here, it sounds heavy, it's loud. With everything else, sounds good. A little sustain coming in the back. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, just the transitions sounds beautiful right here. Just me hearing perfect transitions to the breakdown like that just makes me so happy. So good. So professional, very clean. This is good. I wasn't expecting this song. I don't even remember. We just did Drill Out of 24, so I don't remember which one was 20, but this is good. I remember it now. It's very, very fast, very nice, very clean. Love these chords. Good job, Wags. Drip Battle 24 track. Up next, we got Execution. The Twisted.exe file. It's a WIP. 115, 2009. I don't know what that cover art is, but you know, this is a twisted time. He's twisted, man. Yaksha. Hello, Holy. Reminds you why I even started enjoying electronic music. Dude, exactly. Yeah, boy, that's what I'm saying. The progressive house and stuff, you know, that we used to just really be bumping. Even like Daft Punk was the first EDM that I ever heard. And then I got back into EDM during the house days, progressive house, Dutch house, Melbourne house, all these houses. And all of a sudden, Flashstradamus came and changed everything real quick. And Skrillex, obviously. Hi, Dripment. How you doing? Jikazumo? What's up? How you doing? I'm doing amazing. Thank you. Brutal. I'm uploading the vid to my YouTube. Yes, it goes straight to my YouTube after the stream. So you can rewatch it whenever you want, anytime. Okay, hold on. Let me see. I think that's it. Cool. All right. We're going in. Twisted EXE. Execution.
I love the way you look. to the opening from the spring. I love the way you I love the way I love the way
Armageddon. Fuck. Well, you guys going hard as fuck out here, man. Shit. Whew. Got a little bit blown away. Very heavy. Okay, when we when we got to this section. All right, so first off, we're very heavy, but we're very muddy also in a lot of sections. I mean, I can imagine this song sounding super, super clean. It doesn't sound super, super clean right now. Lots of competing frequencies, lots of muddiness building up. But the flows and the overall energy and the darkness and the heaviness that you're presenting is absolutely phenomenal. Mixing and the mastering comes, with a lot of practice, a lot of using your ear, a lot of knowing what frequencies are good to be on the sides and so forth. But this is awesome. Very good, very good. Some of the sounds in the background are interfering with your mix and interfering with everything and making it sound more congested. So you want to look at every single thing that's playing and make sure that you don't have it too congested in the frequency spectrum. You have a lot going on. All the frequencies are playing at maximum levels. So we have to carve frequencies away and clear some out, remove some. Also on the basses, once the mud frequencies, which is 100 to 300 hertz, starts to go to the sides. So all this frequency spectrum right here, if it starts to go to the sides and starts to build up, it doesn't sound as clean. Usually on the sides, we want more higher frequencies. You never want the super lows to be on the sides. That's always mono. But like in the MUDs, we kind of want it to be closer to mono too, just so we can have a clean stereo image as well. That's going to help with, getting everything to have its own space. Murata is a perfect example of someone who has so many elements playing at the same time. It's so loud, everything's so clipped, but he's able to mix it and put everything together in a very clean way using EQ and different audio engineering tricks. That's what you definitely want to start doing. That's going to level you up to the last level. Fucking level 1000. Hit 10th prestige on that shit and start going in. Because we have to do it all, right? They expect so much of us. We have to be audio engineers. We have to be composers. We have to be sound designers. So many different things that we have to learn and master. So mixing it all together is a big one too. Very heavy, man. Good job. Loving it. Oh yeah, duh. There was one thing about it. This sounds out of key. The vocal. So you got to double check what scale they're singing in on that original vocal, what key they're in, because it has to be in harmony with what you're writing. That's what's going to make it sound perfect. And if you just Google it, like if you Google like the key of so-and-so vocal, a lot of the times that those websites don't have the right answer. So we could be misled. Got to double check, triple check, quadruple check on what key or scale the original is in so you can transpose it correctly and get everything on perfect, perfect harmony. Scarpy said, thanks. Yes, sir. Thanks. And Avident said, don't forget to hydrate. Indeed, we have purified water from the elixir of the gods. Hydrate yourself. More variation in the guns. Sustain, bit plays, that gun though, kicking doors, thing a good bit improved. Variation is always good. Like Brutal, like on Brutal Song, it was constant changes, constant updates. Some of the best music you hear will just constantly be changing and moving, and it's amazing. It's a big fun time. All right, good job, execution. Up next, we got V-Talk. Hot and flame. Throw it back. V-Talk flip. That's a flip. That's a flip. Nah, flip it. Flipping on a flip now. Flip it. Let's go. You're tuned in to 99.9. The Drip. Up next, we got a V-Talk flip. Ooh.
What's that?
What's that, brother?
What's that, brother?
Okay, very cool. Very nice song to flip. The energy is so high at the beginning. This is good. But you got to remember, when you're flipping such a high energetic song, it's hard to transition into our piece. You know, it has to be high energy just like that. When we transition into your first drop, there's a noticeable difference in energy shift. It feels pretty obvious that you are in the drop there, and it's not as full. We're missing a lot of frequencies. We're missing a lot of different feelings and vibes. For example, when this starts playing, it's starting to sound almost quieter. And we're playing a lot of subs, and so like super lows and highs, but we're missing a lot of the mids, missing a lot of the middle. Later on, we start to add basses and other sounds that play in that frequency spectrum, like these. And that's now starting to sound more full, but that comes on way over here. And we play a lot of the drop, about 16 bars almost, where it's sounding pretty empty and sounding not enough. The flow also is a lot different than the second drop. The second drop, for some reason, feels like it works so much better. Maybe because you're like teasing in the previous sound in it or something. This sounds pretty heavy. Like if someone heard this at the festival, they'd be like, "Ah, everyone would go crazy." The overall presence of the frequency, so like compression wise and EQ wise, things should be turned up. Doesn't feel like the wubs are like compressed enough. We need the highs to be pulled up, mids to be pulled up, things to be up in your face, because the vocals and all the things around it sound nice and big and tight, loud. But the wubs kind of sound quiet compared to everything. So we want to make sure we get those louder and bigger, but still keep it clean. That's very important. I don't know, just the way the hi-hat keeps going and everything, like it's just feels nice. On this one. Yeah, this is like more kind of like just the basses are more at random, more sporadic. It doesn't feel as organized and clean. And there isn't as big as a dynamic shift as well. Because of like kind of how loud these are. These are pretty loud compared to everything else. Yeah, so definitely this needs more basses, more sounds. I would just be using the second drop, honestly, and maybe like using the second drop as the first drop and then making a new second drop that kind of elevates the first drop and keeps the first drop increasing in energy and changing and, you know, different stuff like that. Sounds good, though. Very nice. Good idea. You're flipping a good one there. V-Talk flip. You know what it is. Up next, we got Yeah, Boy. Whoa, that's your name? Yo, that's his name. It's Yeah, Boy. Yeah, boy, yeah, boy, yeah, boy. Yeah, boy, your mom. Oh, dude, he flipped a squishy and a... Dude, okay. All right. So we're getting a song in from Yeah Boy. Let's go ahead and see what's good in the hood today. Oh, let me check the chat real quick. See what you guys are saying. Let's see what's good. Is it the flip rip? I'm gonna need this one for my label too. Yep. Dude, that last drop is so wubby. For real, dude. That last drop got me feeling some type of way. Oh, it's a flip rip. Yo, people, if you don't flip, things can happen. But if you do flip, things can also happen. To flip or not to flip? That's the question. Up next line, we got Phaser, Magic. Boy. Go. There once was a goblin who attempted to phase the unfazed. The goblin said it was magic. But Bartholomew says differently. Yeah, boy. Things just got wet. Put in yeah, boy. Indeed. Indeed, sire. That's Phaser Magic by Yeah Boy. Very nice to hear, very nice to see. I was feeling a bit Wookie on this song. My best friend is a master Wook named Ellis Drop the Bass, and he goes pretty crazy. You know, he goes by Brainchild because he is all brainy. And if he heard this, he would feel what I'm feeling. And that's wet and wobbly. And these are things that you can't explain. These are things you feel. Have you felt it before? Have you been to a Wook extravaganza like Shambhala? There are certain vibes and artists where you just get hit with it and get lost. Whittler vibes, you know? I mean, Tipper vibes, even more. Just crazy sounds. And this feels crazy. It's getting a little muddy. It's sounding a little like not as clean as it should be. Even though this needs to have this sound, it still should sound clean and presentable. Also, the intro is -17 left, so we want these to be louder. -17 is pretty quiet. We have to turn up the volume a lot to hear the intro, and a lot of people won't turn up the volume. They'll just hear it's low volume, assume it's lower quality. We can't have that happen, especially when the intro is this long. These are good horns and good vibes, so work upon them, get them, use compression, get everything bigger and more upfront in the mix. And then on the sides of the stereo image, if you pay attention to any mud frequencies 100 to 300 creeping up on the sides, be sure to cut them so we can ensure cleanliness. We're on a fine line here between being too muddy and being dirty, you know, and this is more of a wookier, wubbier song, so we want things to be clean. It's really important. Things should sound wubby and deep, but also clean. So pay attention to the tails, like the length of your tails, length of delay tails, length of reverb tails, decay times. If things start to overlap on the next note, things like that can, you know, be a bitch, and we can't let that happen. You can use sidechain in creative ways to fix problems like that, or you just pay attention to what each sound is doing so that you can have full control over the tail of it, like the ADSR, the full shape. It's all about shaping your sounds, my boy. Shaping those sounds. You got nice wiggly wobblies here. The second drop starts to get a little bit repetitive. It feels different rhythmically than the first. First one really hits. I think because it's like sustain in the background. Yeah, I don't know. Just all this feels just, God, disgusting. It's pretty cool. You could definitely improve the intro, add a lot more elements to it, get more energy, make the transitions a little bit better from intro to drop as well. But overall, the drop is cool, very wet and crazy. That's phase managed by Yeah Boy. You know what it is? You boy, yeah boy. All right. I said I had leveling issues with this one, RIP. Yeah, it gets hard sometimes, so just keep practicing it. You're going to get really good at it. Okay, so yeah, no problem. Yeah, boy. Keep it up. Good job. Up next, we got Villain Era by Spaced Out. This is one of my students. He's in his villain era, it looks like. You never know until you know. I am going to take a quick break to go to the restroom. Here's an intermission song while you wait. One moment. We are back up in this. Let's go ahead and get back into Bableton. My one and only. The girl never lets me down. Bableton. We got 16 tracks uploaded in the chamber. We're on number 8. Villain Era. Spaced Out. I expect nothing less than a banger. Let's go. I brought my candy for the movie.
Been here before. fallen, but each time you've stood back up. Why should this be any different? Failure isn't the end, it's the start of something new. Space out. The older you get, the more you realize that the heroes you once admired have flaws. The villains you once despised have stories that haven't been told. Space out.
Jesus. Caden. Hit us real quick. Hit us real hard for the one time. In his villain era, maybe, possibly. We got a pretty high energy. It's very cinematic, this. And when I hear the drop, it sounds very heavy, very big. There are some things with the image that sound odd, like almost like the sides. All the frequencies on the sides are louder, and there's more of that than what's actually in the middle in mono. It's hard to tell. There's a lot of different elements playing right now. When the sustain comes in, it starts to sound more full and everything has its place. But like here, it kind of sounds a little bit empty. And this is the beginning of the drop, so we want it to just sound as big and high intensity as possible.
Out.
Those hats that are playing too, those should be really loud in this section. Those tss, tss, just really getting people prepared for what's about to happen. The tops and the rides, the high frequencies that are available in our mix, we need those to be present as much as possible. This drop is like 16 bars. And we have a fake out. It's like 16 plus a 4. It's pretty short. It feels very short. It feels like it ended really quickly, especially when you listen to the whole thing in context. I would probably make this a 32 bar drop. And in these transitions, it's like really important that we transition all of this crazy energy into it has to transition into something. This is kind of abrupt. It just kind of stops rather than transitioning and kind of falling from high energy to low, or doing something creative where you can just throw us into something, you want to definitely change the feel, not do a neuro bass, maybe even make it a longer fill than usual. And different creative techniques can help you extend these phrases so that it feels like it ends perfectly and goes into the breakdown. The vocals also need to be louder in the mix. They sound very hidden and filtered and not enough high frequencies. So those need to be brought up, louder, more in the mix, more high frequencies playing, compression. Otherwise, this is a pretty good track here. Very cinematic, very heavy. Once those vocals come out in the mix and we can understand what they're saying more, it's going to add a lot more energy too, because it's a story. You know, like I said, I got my milk duds for the movie. This is cinematic movie quality potential. And as soon as you get all the mixing, all the like energy discrepancies fixed, we can really have a huge masterpiece on our hands. It's good, very nice, artistic, heavy, high energy. Second drop was even better than the first drop, even crazier and faster. You'd love to see it. Good job, Spaced Out, Villanera. Nicely done. Up next, we got Eerie Rebirth. Oh. Growly guns are my jam, said Jikazumo 7 Tunes. And Slitch said, yo, what's up? Eerie also said, would like to say this track is wildly unfinished. Dude, that's fine. That's the point of these streams. WIPs, work in progress. All EDM is accepted. All levels are accepted too. Bableton. And Bableton, what you know about me on Bableton? All right, let's go. Rebirth, Eerie. That shit hard. Nice. We got a lot of sections here that are really nice, heavy, fun. When we were playing this shit, I was going kind of crazy. Like, fuck off, you know? Like, what the hell are you doing over there with all those frequencies, putting them in that way, in that pattern, in that harmonious structure? Ooh. Okay. So overall, I mean, when we start into the intro, this stuff feels pretty empty. We got a Reese bass with like some static playing and some drums. It feels like there should be another element in here, adding more darkness, more emotion, a synth, a sound, playing something that's in harmony with that Reese bass. That Reese bass is essentially your bass line at this point, and you just keep layering on top of it. That would take that to the next level. Once we get to the drop, it sounds pretty good, but it just sounds like your main, you know, bass, the square bass. It sounds contained or like in a filter. You can't hear or feel the high frequencies too much, or maybe it needs to be compressed more so we can pull out and pull up the existing frequencies. So check on things like that. We want it to sound as full as possible. Sound is more professional that way too. We got a lot more like rhythmic changes here. And then the hat in the background just playing triplets is just so sick. Oh, you just teased this. Yeah, that was sick. This fire, man. This is cool. When we break it down here, we need that like melodic synth or whatever I'm talking about. Just something else added. We don't want it to sound too empty here. This fake out does go on a long time. Slightly changing. Maybe have it change a little bit more so that it could feel like we're moving if you're going to leave it this long. That was pretty good. When we get to the second drop, though, it doesn't feel like it has as much energy as it's trying to like present to us. Things are going fast, but I'm not dancing in that fast. It's making me dance halftime, and I think it is because the sub. Yeah, sub just feels low energy. Maybe add some more pitch bend in the sub so we can start moving around and projecting more energy. When you're pitch bending, do a fifth up, fifth down, 7 semitones up, you know, and really start to add some more energy with that sub. It'll help. Other than that, fun time, good job. Woo! Spaced out. Yes, you're welcome for the feedback, dude. Got you. Airy Dubs. You're welcome, man. Glad I can help. Sleech. No problem, man. Thank you for thanking me. You guys are so nice. You guys are going hard too, man. So many submissions right now. And it's just so much heat. You know, it makes me happy seeing everyone making and designing all their frequencies in the ways they love to. We got a Mellow Man remix up next. Manatee remix. Oh. He says intro needs to be better mixed. Main basses in the drop need to be stronger. He asks, how is the breakdown / transition to the second build? I shall see. Second drop is the beginning idea, switching up the focus from deep WIP to UKG. Mellow Man Ati remix. What is your name, Ati? Or Manatee? You never know till you know. Let's go. Shout out all the animals and all the cool people that have animals. Oh, yaha. Let's go. Yeah. Hey. Roll up. Fuck yeah. Ooh, that felt good. We gotta run that back real quick. Ready? I really love UK bass, man. Like Taiki New Light, when I first found him, I kind of was mind blown, and I just love the feelings. It feels so good. This is really nice. Overall, great remix, great flip, whatever you're calling it. This is cool. You added to the original. You made it feel nice. Things fit together. Things were changing over time. Some basses didn't sound like thick enough. Like that round. That one seems kind of like weak and thin, you know. Maybe there'll be some issues like that, but overall, it's pretty good. The extra changes, the differences, and your fast, like wobbly bass too. That one. Like the beeper. Yeah, it's a little beeper. Second drop, I liked a lot, honestly. And it's more impressive to see you flip it that differently. You know? Because this is like the original song and you're like adding to it. But this second drop, it really feels like something new. It's kind of disappointing that we only get a little bit of it. 30 seconds. It's a sad day. Sad day for the UK bass out here, man. But overall, very good. Good job. You're able to add and make it sound good. I was scared that you would make it, you know, it's hard. We don't want to stain the original. We want to add to the original. It's not always the easiest thing. It's very fun. I like the animals. I love the animals. You know what it is. All right. Up next, we got Avedon. Different. It's Avedon and Sleech together. We're hitting us up with some collaboration vibes. Collaboration vibes in the chat. Collaboration vibes. Different. It's not the same. It's different. Quick chat check. Sleech says, oh, let's go.
They wanna hear something different.
Very nice. Very unique. Super emotional. Honestly, like we are getting sucked into some luscious vibes here. Feels really good. Honestly, everything sounds super, super good until we get up to this point where the snare starts to come in. And it's like super, super loud compared to everything else for some reason. I'm not too sure. You guys should be able to hear this difference. If you don't, you need to get better headphones and use an interface so that you can feel the dynamic range better and be able to make these important adjustments, because this snare is way louder than everything else, and it happens throughout the drop too. I had to actually turn the song down because the snare started to get so loud. Very abnormal. You need to fix things like that. The first drop also is surprising that it is going into Jersey Club. This felt very abrupt. Like we didn't know we were about to get hit with Jersey Club. Nothing in the previous like section in the intros and stuff made us get those vibes or feelings or was preparing us for this in any way. So when we get hit with it, it feels pretty abrupt and not the highest energy that it could be. We're at the drop, so the intensity and energy should be maximum, but we don't get that feeling here. We get that feeling much more in the second drop. Lots of harmony, lots of chord stacks. Feels really good. Things make a lot more sense energy-wise here, and it's a lot more impactful and emotional, touches the soul. It's pretty intense here. Listening to the chord progression, though, it seems like the wrong chords are being placed, because the first two chords feel so nice, and then we almost like start to go down. It almost sounds like we're hitting minor, or like a minor chord, a minor chord, a minor chord, and then a major chord. So it's like sad, 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 happy. Just the way the chords are progressing feels like there's another option that would give us even more energy and get into an even more heavenly range. The harmonies and everything starts to build up and sound really nice back here. This is really good. And unfortunately, we barely get all these elements playing at the same time, only at the end of the song. The first drop would have a lot more energy and be a lot more intense if there was more dynamics. The lack of silence in here is making a difference in the energy levels. If we were going from like Jersey Club and then it broke a little bit and then we go back and get thrown back into it, that's what adds more energy and more intensity, and that's what we need. Like right on the snare, everything can cut out, a vocal can like swell and be like, down, and to go back. These fills and these silences have to be implemented. You can't just like play this without any fills. So remember, teasing, preparation before the drop, during the drop, having more dynamics, using more silence, incorporating more fills. It's going to be big. And that snare. Snare's a loud ass snare for sure. Overall, this is really nice. Very good. Lots of potential here. This thing can be made into a masterpiece, I think fairly easily and quickly. Good job, guys. And anyone, hit me up on Discord or Instagram if you ever have questions about anything music-wise, or need lessons, or need sounds, or just want to chat. You know what it is. Up next, we have Biohazard version 7 by Zexvir or Zavir. I'm sorry, I keep mispronouncing that name, but pronunciations in the chat. Let me know if you want me to know the knowing. Next up, Biohazard. I'm going to go ahead and do a quick chat check. He said, yeah, that was my bad. I left a bad EQ spawn. That didn't mean the updated version sounds better. I noticed it after uploading this. I didn't want to be super happy. I wanted it feel off-putting, but in a good way. Yeah, I mean, you could tell you did that on purpose, but the chords progress, the way they progress from each chord gives us a certain feeling. And like on the second chord, I'm expecting this like super majestic chord to happen, and it doesn't happen, and it goes a different direction, which still works. Obviously, it's still in scale, still in key, but I mean, if you want to go to the next level, you want to mathematically make these chords progress in ways of the universe so that things can get as impactful as possible. That's what I recommend. Anyways, you don't have to do anything because this is music and we go hard. We can do whatever we want out here. Next up, Biohazard. Let's run it. Get it done. It's toxic. Brush your mask. Break your All right, Biohazard by Zexvier. You know what it is. All right, so this is pretty decent. You know, it's sounding a little bit almost distorted, a little bit too clipped, like things are kind of getting squished in the whole 3D sphere of sound. We're like taking things to the max, clipping them pretty hard, and it's not sounding as clean as it should be. Also, the energy of the intro feels pretty low, kind of like we're just waiting, and it should be a little bit faster. We want to be dancing to the BPM that the project's in. So like if you're at 140, we want to be dancing to 140. You don't want to be dancing at halftime, which would be 70. That's kind of what we're getting here. Nothing in this will make us dance regular time. It's making us dance halftime. So speed up the synth, or you can add more drums that are going at faster rates, faster speeds. You get the energy moving. It's important that people are already starting to dance, you know, preparing them for the drop, or you're doing something cinematic, you know, or going a different direction so that people can stay engaged. The sounds here, they're good. They just sound like they might be a little bit too compressed, you know, like we're pulling up the frequencies too much and making it into a brick, like a straight line like this. Dynamics are important, and I don't think we have too much dynamics happening in this song. Visually, you can see the tiny littlest bit of, you know, silence from each note to note. It's just not enough here. Where are the dynamics? Remember, things in nature are curvature. It's natural. There's no straight lines in nature. Very unnatural. The music is essentially nature, sound waves, waves frequencies. These, this section here, and like these sound empty. Just a bass and a sub, a clap. So we definitely need more stuff going on here, more elements. The energy should be increasing over time. From this, there's a good amount of energy, and we need to keep it going. Maybe even have more energy in the second drop. But right now, it doesn't feel like we're getting that. We're switching up the flow and the groove, which is good. But we got to add more elements so that it doesn't sound empty. So like right when this bass hits on the second offbeat, you can add something. Dum, da da dum, dum, da da dum. So many different things you could do to just start layering and adding more energy with those basses. Overall, though, that's a good idea. Keep making it cleaner. Keep making it faster. Get that shit pumping. Good job, good job. Up next, we got Rage with a Tynan OA Rage remix. Interesting one. Quick chat check. Let's go ahead and get it done. Run it.
On acid.
God, that shit was heavy, very clean. Okay, so when we get to this first drop, it's pretty impressive how heavy and clean and how the transition is. It sounds very nice. Halfway through the drop, though, it's like we repeat the same bass lead, but just increase the pitch. It doesn't feel like it's enough variation at all. And there's a lot more potential in changing the rhythm up, maybe making it a different tone altogether, different timbre, so that it can feel like the energy is increasing even more. Energy is increasing here a little bit, but I feel like you could go the next level and change it up even more. And the second drop, too, we're doing the same stomp, the same rhythm, the same dance. And I think it would be ideal if you start to make it go even faster. Introduce the quarter note, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can go back and forth between the stomp that you're doing and then the quarter note. I like how the bass, I like how the guitar is coming in for the fills here. It's really sick. This sounds nice, professional. It's hard for me to tell what the original is. I don't think I've heard the original, so it's hard for me to tell what the original is and what you're adding from the original, unfortunately. But God, this drop sounds good. Very, like, all the frequencies are just up front in your face and it sounds clean. So that's really important.
Acid.
The guitar riff so sick. Very nice. Very heavy. Good job, Rage. He's usually putting in that heat. You love to say it. Up next, we got Entity V3. Oh, what is V3 Entity? I don't know. Ross XO said Jesus. Shit. Never knew it.
Oof, dead inside.
Okay. Where's the macaroni? This is version 3. Oh, got to. All right, we got the wiggly wobbly doublies up in here. So this is pretty decent. I kind of like how the intro transitioned into it. Kind of get thrown in there. It feels cool. The main rhythm, this is fine. But if we keep playing it over and over and over, it gets repetitive. It gets very predictable. If we can predict what's going to happen next, then there's not as much energy. We're not surprised. That's the whole concept. So right here, it starts to get repetitive. So maybe start adding in that different rhythm that you have here in that section. And then you can go back and forth between the nice fast stuff for 8 bars. And then boom, go into a new flow and filling in the next 8 bars. And that can be your back and forth. It'll add a lot more energy doing that. In this section, it seems like the hats and the background stuff are doing their own thing rhythmically compared to these basses, which are now spaced out more, have more dynamics, they're flowing more. So you should probably incorporate, different rhythms and flows in the background too with all the other sounds to make them flow with those basses. Since they switched, you can switch up the other things too. This is pretty cool. Overall, there's not a lot of elements. It's sounding pretty empty. You definitely add more stuff like synth leads and vocal leads or different just AI vocals to start theming this out to make it even more artistic. Good job. Very nice. Entity V3. Next up, we got Vortic with Blood Clart. Clip. Oh, let's go. Oh, I got a clip. No. Alrighty, we got that clip. All ingested frequencies are in my soul now. They're in it. This is pretty cool. We got some square 4 rhythmy function fun times. Pretty cool idea. The execution sounds a little bit loud, a little bit too loud. We're getting -4 lufs kind of for no reason. This is like some rhythm. We don't need it to be that loud unless you have a lot of different elements starting to creep that loud. When we zoom out, we're losing, like it's a brick at this point. There's not much dynamic showing here. Looks like we're compressing maybe a little bit too much on maybe the master, maybe some groups, maybe multiple individual tracks. Check on those things. The intro sounds pretty empty. It could be a lot heavier if there was low frequencies playing and you had a sub just doing some crazy things, you know? And then once we get here, we don't have any call and response. So the flow is lacking. The energy, I should say, is lacking. We got some like decent medium energy flow, but if we want to take it to the next level, you want to do a call and a response and a fill and start to go back and forth even more and add more energy. In this second drop, that's your call. Then you have a response. So you start to do this later on in the song, and this is much better with the flow, more energy, more going on. This would be awesome if you did it in the intro too. Call and response, fill within a 4-bar phrase, ideally. The sub also is very quiet in this. Everything else is so loud, and they're sub bass. The most important thing is like quiet, not big enough, not enough harmonics. So make sure you saturate your sub a lot, clean it up with the EQ after, and just get that thing big and pumping. It's going to make the rhythm even better, even heavier. The sides in your stereo image are pretty congested. So check, make sure you EQate all the low mids, like 100 to 300 hertz out of the sides. And if any atmospheres are playing in the back, make sure they flow with the dynamics of your song. So like these little silences, make sure the atmospheres are like cut out of that so that everything can flow in and out and be moving well. Overall though, I like this. I love the rhythms. You can definitely get the energy even higher. Jake P&F. Listen to Brutal. He knows what he's talking about right now. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. We are going in for the win. Vortic coming in with Blood Clart. But now we got Bloodborne. It's a Bloodborne rhythm by Herbivore. This is the last submission. Remember, guys, if you want to submit to the stream, upload your SoundCloud link and hashtag live WIP feedback. And we're going to get it done on the next stream every Monday. Okay, Bloodborne rhythm. Let's see what we got going on here. Oh yeah, I also have a Patreon tier, $13 tier that gives you access to the private Patreon feedback tier. So you can upload SoundCloud links in here privately if you're on the tier. Just hit me up if you're on the $13 tier, but get you added to this group and you can get feedback from me anytime using that method as well. Last up, Bloodborne rhythm. This is going to be a nice one. Bloodborne rhythm here, Herbivore. SoundCloud links only, please. SoundCloud links only. You guys, please. Let's get it.
Master, look, I've done it. I've done it. Smashed and pounded and grounded this rotten siren into fleshy pink pulp. You filthy monstrosity. What good's your immortality now?
What good is it?
Try stirring up trouble in this sorry state. All mangled and twisted, with every inside on the outside for all the world to see.
Alrighty, Bloodborne Rhythm. This is cool. We got a nice idea here. The main riff, it's like bump, 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 bump. It's getting repetitive. It's playing like back to back. It's almost looping over and over and over again. It's not changing at all in pitch or tone or speed. And it really needs to. Over time, these sounds need to be slightly changing so that they almost sound like they're growing and moving. Plus, there's not really a call and response here. We kind of just go straight into the main idea, the main motif. Bump, 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 bump. But there should be like a bump, 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 and then go back to the call. So like call, response, fill is a super easy way to start adding more movement. Your first 4 bars should be call. Right here, right before the snare. Like, rah. The whole goal is you have a bass that's like doing a different speed or a different tone or pitch than the other basses. So we can go back and forth between 2 different sounds that are similar but different. Adding more variations like this, using automation to your advantage, is going to increase the energy a lot and keep the audience engaged. We want to keep listening to the end. But if we just keep hearing the same thing looped over and over again, the energy will decrease over time and it'll become an issue. These intros are pretty decent, but they're very quiet. This is about -16 LUFS. So just in general, this is very quiet. People would have to turn up their iPod Nano to get this loud enough. But you should be mixing and mastering as you go. Just use compression and saturation to pull up these frequencies and get them loud so that the intro sounds more professional, louder, bigger. And then boom, we get into your drop, which is -10, -9. Also still very quiet. So you're going to want to get this up to like -7 LUFS, -6 LUFS. And you can use these U-lean meter, or you can use the Swiss Army meter here to measure. I'm using mini meters up here to measure right now because it's awesome, but you know what it is. If you have any questions on that, just hit me up. Herbivore, I got you. You know what it is. Thank you guys very much for submitting to the stream. I appreciate it. All the support and love means a lot. Making music is the best thing ever. If you guys need help, hit me up directly. I can help you. And if you want your song to be on the next submission, put it into my Discord and we'll get it done. Brutal says, let me know if you agree on these. I think the sub in the build-up was unnecessary. This sounds very Subtronics inspired. Little static fill in main bass. You should fill it out better. Have a little less bass in the build. Yep, definitely. You always want the sub. Anything in the intro and the build-up needs to be less energy than the drop. Always. Filling the frequency spectrum is always good, though. And making sure that lows, mids, highs is covered as much as possible. Good job, Herbivore. You're doing good. Keeping it real. Keep the energy progressing. Remember, variations, constantly keeping things moving. It's more work, but eventually it'll get faster and easier for you. And then boom, you're killing the game. Energy. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys soon. We have some new videos coming super soon, so get ready for them. And I'll see you guys later. Have a good night. Stay fresh. Peace. Later.